Then Del BG, Jackknife Gypsy tired. Next home Champagne Tolliver, further back then a Knights Over, and then came Benjamin Star, Hella Fella, Nuclear Ash and Xerox last, and the last quarter in...
Favourite getting home there, and what a huge go it was on the tote.
Well, they've told you in, you confidently tipped it. Well done.
Well, can I tell you,
$7
the only time I was confident in the run was about 28 metres off the line, Hutch.
Yeah.
Just this is what Gavin Lang's all about, isn't it?
Well,
He
three back the fence from 20 metres and plenty of speed up front. And
saved every inch, got the run through here. The race was over there. As soon as he got the rails run, he got through, and it was just see you later. Turf Tiger running home very, very strongly at the finish. You can see he's got up to grab third there in the final stages. Only just missed second, in fact, but it was easy as you like for have to do. And all I'd say to you is if you backed him today, follow up Saturday night, because I think Saturday night's actually a more suitable race.
And that's the Don out wide. That wasn't a bad run, the Don. He was out 3 wide, pulling very hard, and came 5 wide at the 500 metre mark, and he's battled the race out very well at the finish. And Jackknife Gypsy didn't have a lot of luck in front, being attacked early by Knights Over.
He's always been good at making runs, the Don.
Yeah, well said.
12, 1 and 11 official here. Here's the replay. You can make of it what you will.
That's the Don coming 5 wide there around Del BG 4 wide. And they're beating off the horses inside it that had basically just all been nuisances to the leader and the ones that are in behind them. And the winner, Gavin's just biding his time, 3 back the fence, just waiting.
Weighing up his option at that stage, wasn't he?
Well, he could have popped off, but then he was going to lose about 4 lengths coming around them, and he thought, no, these outside horses are nearly going to drop off, I reckon, and especially with Knights Over in the death, having had that hard run early in the race. And the Don joins him out 4 wide. I liked its run, but I just didn't like the fact it pulled so hard. It's not a good trait when you're pulling in standing start races.
Yeah, it doesn't go well for mobiles when you're pulling in stands.
And there's Hella Fella out last of the main bunch. He didn't have a lot of luck in the race, but he never has any luck. I tipped him today, but perhaps I better drop off him on it.
12, 1 and 11 official, the numbers. The winner, as we see it, getting up on the fence there, Gavin Lang really hardly had to move on the horse at all. 370 and 170 for the winner. Dividends starting to filter through. We'll come back after this break with a full look at Divi's Moonee Valley Race 5.
Liquid music is a magical, mystical journey through sight, sound and imagination. An almost hypnotic mix of music and powerful, relaxing images. Liquid music brings psychedelic visuals into your lounge room. Liquid music, here on Channel 31. It's Country Today brings Australia's country music scene to your lounge room.
It was really good. It gave us an opportunity to see a little bit different side of the music and meet some really hot talent.
Interviews, clips and Australian legends on It's Country Today. It's Country Today, Sunday, fortnightly at 7 p.m, here on Channel 31.
Everybody loves a Saturday night.
And you'll love this Saturday night's harness racing at Moonee Valley. In the Campbell's Cash and Carry Victoria Oaks final, star New Zealand champion Undercover Lova will have plenty of opposition from Victoria's best fillies. TaylorMade Lombo and Jalara, and Sydney's Latoya Franco. Plus there's a top field in the White Crow Trotters Handicap featuring the return of National Interest. If you can't be there, catch all the action live from around Australia on Channel 31.
Well, I'm the head of a small department.
Nat Chat presents local personalities from around Melbourne.
How much more important is diet today with cancer patients?
Where we go through each shot.
Arts, culture, lifestyle and issues important to the people of the northern suburbs.
20 shots.
What is the Lions Club?
Nat Chat, each Thursday at 8 o'clock, here on Channel 31.
Yes, well done, Gavin. That's 3 for the day now, and probably took a bit of scunging, I suppose, we'll have to do. You got 3 back the fence. You must have begun very well.
He actually didn't begin that good, Bill. He galloped out for the first 40 yards, but he doesn't sort of lose a lot of ground, and for some reason nobody wanted to be on the fence. So yeah, at the winning post first time I found myself through the fence.
It's a point you make, actually. The more videos and replays I watch, the more I can't believe how many drivers are scared of going to the fence.
Yeah, I don't know their reasoning for it. I mean, they obviously got their reasons for it, but...
it's usually the lesser lights, the guys that don't go around that much.
Yeah, my advice to any young driver that starting off, you know, if you want to learn not how to drive, but if you want to learn, the best way to learn is be on the fence, and you know,
It's the shortest way home, isn't it?
Well, you get a good look at things, and you know, in the last lap, okay, you sort of start thinking about what's going on.
Now, when you spoke about thinking about what was going on, we had some vision earlier on. You got to about the 500-metre mark, and there was really nothing outside you. You could have come off the fence, but I think you weighed up the fact you would have had to come about 5 or 6 wide to get into the clear, and you elected to stay on the fence. Yeah,
well, Night's Over, she had a bit of a tendency to run out in around the corners, and Wee Chief was still travelling well enough, and I thought, well, come for home. Jackknife Gypsy's form has been pretty good lately, and she'd had a comfortable run in the lead, so I felt that Grant Campbell would get Wee Chief away from the fence, and I mean, okay, if I didn't get a clear run, I was going to run a nice second or third and earn going the other way. You know, you sort of, sometimes you go the other way looking for the runs and it doesn't come off.
Well, it just shows you the value, I guess, of doing the form. What do you do? How do you do the form? You obviously you drive enough to really know what you're driving against. You ever look at tapes or anything like that?
I used to, but nowadays, I mean, I can't keep up with the tapes.
Yeah, you're going to the track all the time.
That's right, yeah, and so therefore, yeah, it's just a matter of, you know, the horses basically, and the drivers. It's important to know drivers' characteristics just as much as the form of the horses, and yeah, I think that's, you know, that's what helps me most, is the fact that I do so many meetings and drive so much that it sort of becomes second nature for me. Now, after-do's in Saturday night, probably a weaker race. Hang on, I've got it here. Probably a weaker race than what you met today. I think I've got marked my Jasper favourite, second favourite with After-do favourite, and he'll obviously be a little bit fitter after today's run too. Yeah, sure. He's, you know, he's only had the 2 runs, Geelong, Gunbower Cup, and then today. So, yeah, Alan did say to me before the race that he was in Saturday night, and he felt that it looked like a nice race on paper, but I mean, it doesn't always work that way. So. Now, also, and I was looking for Alan before because I think viewers will be starting to get sick of you. I know punters aren't, with 3 winners. But you've got Sparkling Eyes in the Lightfoot Laurel Saturday night. She looks to have an undeniable chance, although I must apologise to Harness Racing Weekly punters tomorrow. They're going to see Bonspiel Chewy in at 12-1 in Trotting Weekly. I found out it's a very smart horse from New Zealand. I didn't have any form to go on when I did the prices, but it might be your main danger. But Sparkling Eyes looks very well suited in that Lightfoot Laurels for mares. Yeah, 30 metres. You know, it's not really that big a handicap. She'd get that in a normal discretionary against, you know, the likes of National Interest and that. So, you know, yeah, it looks a good mark for her. But as you say, if the rumours are about Bonspiel Chewy that he is, or she is, you know, she might give us something to chase. Yeah. Okay, Gavin, congratulations on 3, and you've still got more chances before the day's out. Yeah, I probably should have had 4. The 2 Mother Courage, Brian's horse run up the track in front of me, and mine was travelling well, and it went to go underneath Brian, and of course, being green and that, Brian's horse shifted back down and crowded me, and of course she went off stride. Well, so Bruce Morgan told us before she could probably run her last quarter in 28.5, and they came home in 31, so there's probably no doubt she was going to win. Yeah, I think so, but anyway, that's racing. Righto, mate. Good on your belt. Good on you. Thanks, boys. That's all from me for the time being. Back to you.
Thanks very much, and good advice there from on how to drive from Mr. Lang. So you couldn't get a better tutor.
There's no better driver around than Gavin, that's for sure. Gavin, Tony Hurley, Chrissy Elford, you know, the list does go on, but for many, many years now, Gavin has been right up at the forefront of Australasia's drivers, and there's no doubt his patience is the key to his driving success, but he's not afraid to be aggressive when he needs to. He sums up a race very well, Keith.
Let's have a look at Mornington race 6. It's on in 11 minutes. That's the interim totes. Barbella is the favourite at $3.30. That is just a smidge under what bookmakers are offering. Number 1, Linsing's Joy, is way overs at $14.70. That's double what is happening in the ring at this early stage at Mornington. The Stimulator, number 4, it's a little smidgen overs there. Now, Naphill, number 5, is a mile over. It's almost double. It is double what bookmakers are offering early. 6, Lady Cardigan. You're getting about half a point over there. 7 to Trees is about spot on, as is number 8, Power Packs, and Magic Love. You're getting about 4 or 5 points over there. It's an early look at Mornington. We have 11 minutes of betting time there. That gives us time now to give you another chance at Racing Victoria's Trivia Quiz. The question today is a pretty easy one, and you can win a dining package for 2 people with the compliments of Moonee Valley Racing Club. So to be in the running, simply give us the answer to this question. Who rode Phar Lap when he won the 1930 Melbourne Cup? Which of these 3 famous jockeys? Was it Darby Munro, option 1, Jim Munro, option 2, or Jim Pike, option 3? Call 0055 60154 to nominate your answer. And one lucky caller who nominates the correct answer will win a dining package at a future Moonee Valley race meeting with the compliments of the Moonee Valley Racing Club. So the question one more time. Who rode Phar Lap when he won the 1930 Melbourne Cup? The number to call 0055 60154. And we'll announce the result and the winner's name later in the day. It's back to Mornington tote board now. Now Barbella, who is the tote favourite, is easing on track, as is the second favourite, 7 to Treese. Barbella is still unders. Treese is, well, it's spot on now at $4. Barbella's just under.
Probably just the bookies levelling out their market a little bit. They opened with a pretty mean percentage, but they're getting down to a pretty competitive one at the moment. We'll obviously see a few more changes coming through, but basically take your pick for favouritism. Number 2, Barbella, or number 7 to Treese. Then we go out only about 1.5 points further out to number 4, the Stimulator. Then very solid is number 5, Nap Hill. Easing out a point is number 6, Lady Cardigan, from about $7 to $8 with the bookies. And very easy, in fact the biggest drifter in the race is number 1,
Lysing's Joy. We mentioned Ray Huxley, who seems to have been the flavour of the day conversation. Why Ray has either tipped winners or the winner in his placings for the card so far. So we'll pass on at this early stage race tips in this 2, 7 and 4. 2 Barbella is his top tip, ahead of 7 to Trees and 4 the Stimulator. That's how Ray Huxley saw them. So betting is building up here. We have some 35,000 in the win pool already and 22 in the place pool. On the track there's nothing between numbers 2 Barbella and 7 to Trees now. They're sharing favouritism at just under what Tetreese is showing at 4.10. So Barbella is the one that is unders and Tetreese is okay. As I mentioned, the top weight, Linsing's Joy, although easing on course, is still a mile over at $14.50. And for the Stimulator, who has been pretty solid, is overs as well. And Nap Hill, you're getting a bonus at $11.50 there. 7 minutes to the start at Mornington. A quick interview with Hutchie and then down to Mornington and to John Bell.
Thanks, Keith. I've got Ray Tatt with me, who drives Kid Me Not in the next. Now, this was my best bet of the day, so I'm going to probably have to ask Ray why I've tipped his best bet.
Yeah, he's a very nice horse. He's improved a lot since last time in, and he's a very kind horse and does what's got to be asked of him. And yeah, he seems to be improving all the time, so yeah.
That country championship, or whatever the name of the race was, at Moonee Valley last start, where Old Kinderhook won, you weren't driving that time. I think Teddy Demler took the drive, but he looked to be very unlucky in that race, Ray.
Yeah, he was. Teddy said he was pretty disappointed he couldn't get out, because he said I was the winner, and that's how it looked, and he was just had hold of him going over the line and never had the ears off or anything, but he seemed like he would have won the race if he had got out, yeah.
How long have you been driving, Ray? You're a junior driver?
Yeah, this is my second season with my licence, so yeah, not quite 2 full seasons.
And do you work full-time for Alan Tubbs?
Yeah, that's right, yep.
He's certainly looked after you with drives, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, yeah. He's given me a chance, and very lucky, I suppose. A lot of people don't get the chance and to prove himself, and I'm very lucky.
How many winners?
About 19.
Oh, yeah? And Adam Hamilton, who's back in the studio at the moment, gave you a chance with Kevlar?
Yeah, he did, yeah. He's very nice of him, and yeah, he's good.
All right, Ray, well, let's hope that you can get Kid Me Not in a handy position. Has he got the gate speed to lead?
Well, he he doesn't sort of zip out of the gate. Last couple of times I've driven him, he sort of got out good enough to hold his ground, but Teddy said he got out really nice Saturday night, so hopefully he sparked him up a bit.
Might be a bonus if you can get to the front. You should be able to hold him off if you lead. If you don't lead, you can still probably win the race.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Right, Ray, all the best for the upcoming race, the drive of the future pace here at Moonee Valley. Now it's down to Johnny Bell at Mornington.
Thanks very much, Bill. I've got Fran Houlihan with me here, who trains number 7, Tetris. Tetris won on Saturday at Bairnsdale over a mile. Backing up today, Fran, no problem there?
No, she's terrific. She's come home and eaten everything, and she looks really bright. She's playing up out there. I think she's really well. Yeah.
Well, if we just go back 2 starts, but Wangaratta as a 6-4 favourite on that occasion, were you a bit disappointed with that performance?
Not entirely. She was held up a little bit in the straight, and she struggled to get a run, and she only got out really in the closing stages, so it was a fairly good effort.
Okay, well, you step up in class a bit today. Confident that you can make that rise?
I think the class is not really an issue, and the fillies and mares, I think they seem to sort themselves out, really.
So you're fairly confident?
I think she'll go well. She races well here.
Okay, Fran, best of luck.
Thank you.
Fran Houlihan there, the trainer of Tetris, who is, well, equal favourite now, along with number 2, Barbella. We'll just have a quick run through here, because there is some activity. Number 1, Lysing's Joy has been a drifter, but you're getting some 5 points of value on the tote at this stage. Barbella, this is a Zabeel mare. It really showed at her last run that she was close to registering another win. She's got to the line very strongly there. Has been a drifter on course, some 3/4 of a point. You're getting about a half point under on the tote at this stage. Number 3, Bridget's Image, has been a sizable, drifted 1 point, but right out in the market. You're still getting about 6 points of value on the tote there. The money is coming for number 4, the Stimulator. This mare gets back and finishes hard. She drifted from the each way quota half point, but that's been knocked off now, and you're still a point of value on the tote. I think she's got a pretty good chance. Number 5, Nap Hill, has drifted 2 points, but represents some 2.5 points of value on the tote. Number 6, Lady Cardigan, has drifted 1 point. You're about around about on the tote at this stage. Tetris has drifted also 3/4 of a point, the same drift as Barbella, sharing favouritism there. 40 cents of value, around 40 cents of value. We've just had more money coming in here, especially for the Stimulator. Just the bottom 2 horses quickly. Power Packs has drifted 4 points, a couple of points of value on the tote. Magic Love's drifted 5 points, and you're getting 1 point of value. Now, the latest call is more money for the Stimulator in another half point. Now, you're still shopping very well at home on the tote. Tetris has continued to drift by a 1/4 point. So now we've got Barbella as an outright favourite, a 1/4 point ahead of Tetris, and another 1/4 point out to the Stimulator. Certainly that's what the punters are warming for, trained by Terry Carson, the son of local trainer Gary Carson, both train at Mornington. Now, I've tipped Lady Cardigan here, and if we could just send a cheerio to one of our listeners, our viewers. Jack Johnson's got a share in this horse, and we wish Jack the best of luck here. I've tipped this horse on top. Won here at Mornington 3 starts back, beating Kai Thera, who then went on to win her maiden without too much worry. Jumped up in class at Ballarat, ran well, then went to town, finished second last there behind Wellington Dreamer, but did find a bit of trouble around the 1200 metre mark. Probably entitled to finish a little bit closer, only beaten 6 lengths. I think at the odds that Lady Cardigan can get into the finish. The danger, Tetris, racing consistently, winner on Saturday at Bairnsdale, backing up today, and Barbella, well, it was pretty hard not to be taken by that fast finishing effort last start. I've also got a healthy respect for the Stimulator. She's had 1 run from a spell, did work home well behind Vianetta. That form's been quite sound. Second up today at a mile again. The one query is she might just want a little bit further, but the money suggests that Terry Carson's kept her very fresh. She's improved from that run, so you must have a healthy respect for her. But I thought at the odds, number 6, Lady Cardigan, could do the right thing by us.
Nice odds too if John Bell's selection is successful there. Number 6, Lady Cardigan, showing 840 and 220, 74,000 in the win pool now. So win and place has topped 100,000. And the favourite is number 2, Barbella, at 320. It continues to firm, and because of that, number 7, Tetris, has got out in the market. They're still joint favourites at Mornington, and the money is now coming in, plenty of it, for number 4, the Stimulator.
It's got to be some chance it will start favourite in the race. So strong has the money been for it.
Well, the other 2 are drifting markedly. They've both followed the same trend, drifting out from their relatively short opening price of just over half each way, and they've got out now to 2 or 3 rolls of the board, and the Stimulator is getting in at $5.10. You're getting at least half a point over there.
You're getting almost $1 less with number 2, Barbella.
Yes.
And around about the right odds with Tetrice.
Whereas a smidge over, yes.
Yeah, still 60 cents overs with number 4, the Stimulator.
Nap Hill, number 5, has been kept safe throughout betting. It's on $10.70. You're shopping well if you like it. If you like John Bell's selection, number 6, Lady Cardigan, $8.30.
It's been pretty solid.
Yeah, John mustn't be betting, must have buttoned up. And number 1, Linsing's Joy, also is overs there at $12.80. So we have easing favourites, but they still share favouritism. Numbers 2, Barbella, and 7, Tetrice. The money horse, the one that has been best back, definitely number 4, the Stimulator. That's Linsing's Joy in the green colours.
Yeah, Bridget's Image just coming up in the line now, the grey there. It's an outsider, $28. In fact, the outsider of the field. So just a couple more to move up. Looks like the
Tetrice coming into line now. And
Tetrice. Is that number 4, the Stimulator, just about to come up as well?
Yes, indeed, it is. And the Stimulator trained on the track by Terry Carson.
Big move on the tote for it now, but this is no surprise. You're merely trimming it up to what it is on track, the Stimulator. $4.50 with bookies. It's now into $4.80, $4.60 in fact, and they're set to go.
Well then, off. Caught them in a good line too. The grey Bridget's Image shows narrowly in front early. Off on the inside, Nap Hill and Lady Cardigan the outside travelled up to be 3rd as they settle down. Then Tetrice 4th, followed by Power Packs. Around it, Magic Love. Licensing's Joy a little bit wide. Barbella dropped out to 2nd last. And 3 lengths away, the Stimulator towards the 1250 metre turn. Bridget's Image cleared the field. Must be 2.5 in front. Lady Cardigan travelled up to be 2nd on the outside of Nap Hill, away from the fence. A length away, 4th on the rail as Magic Love. Some 3 lengths to Tetrice. 2.5 to Licensing's Joy, 3 away Barbella, 2nd last is Power Packs, and 3 lengths away the Stimulator. Inside the 1,000 metres, the pace is on, 12 lengths that cover the field, and the leader Bridget's Image by 1.25 lengths to Lady Cardigan, a half away Magic Love, followed by Nap Hill 4th on the outside, 2.5 away Tetrice 5th, steadily making ground, 3 lengths to Licensing's Joy, 2 lengths to Barbella, followed by Power Packs, and 3 away the Stimulator. At the 600 metres, the leader still Bridget's Image now by almost a length to on the outside, Lady Cardigan. Nap Hill eases to the outside now, 3 wide, followed by Magic Love. 4th on the outside is Tetrice, 2 lengths away Licensing's Joy, 2.5 to Barbella, who's 3rd last around the turn. Now dropped out to last from the Stimulator under the whip, and back of the tail is Power Packs around the turn at the 250. Here comes Tetrice now. It's got out. Lady Cardigan reached the lead. Bridget's Image gone. Tetrice on the outside is out after Lady Cardigan quickly. They're 4 in front of Licensing's Joy. Then the Stimulator from well back, but Tetrice hit the lead at the 100 metre mark. The Stimulator starting to rattle home on the outside into 2nd placing over the final stages, but it's all Tetrice. Tetrice wins by 2 3/4 to the Stimulator. Maybe Barbella 3rd, a nose to Lady Cardigan pretty tight. Licensing's Joy close up. Just in behind them came Magic Love, followed by Bridget's Image. 2nd last Nap Hill, and Power Packs has run last.
Well, if they finish as called by Brian Markovic, it's a box trifecta to Ray Huxley, and number 7 Tetrice. Now, Fran Houlihan, you heard her confidently say to John Bell that she wasn't at all worried about the class. She said, to paraphrase Fran's words, that the mares sort themselves out. Well, Tetrice sorted them out good and proper. It's got the money, number 7 Tetrice. It's going to pay $4.50. That's it in the red cap and the red and yellow striped sleeves. Going to the front and going ahead to make it 2 wins on end and 3 wins from its past 6 starts. So Fran Houlihan, daughter of Jim Houlihan, has got the money here with Tetrice. It's another on-track trained runner. This 4-year-old mare has raced only 19 times. That's win number 4. The heavily backed runner, the Stimulator, charges home. That's it in the blue and white Geelong colours, but 2nd again for those colours. And Barbella has got 3rd, number 2. So the numbers are 7, 4 and 2. Popular result all around. Quinella 9.90, exacted 21.90. Now that running double has, for a pair of 7s, has paid $26.70. Well, I don't know, we must be a little thick ourselves, Adam. We've been speaking about the value of running doubles all day. They're just getting in one after the other. It's like queuing up for a bus. If you miss one, you catch the next, although none have been missed. And look at the dividends they're paying. On a $9 outlay, boxing 3x3, you get $26.70.
Be a few people lining up to snip Ray Huxley if he's taking his running doubles all day, won't there? I think 450 and 180, 160, 160. A good set of divvies, a popular set of divvies all round, Keith.
Yes, and Tetris eased along with Barbella, yet they've finished first and third, and the plunge runner, the stimulator, has split them.
9-2 to 7-2. Well, that was the latest update that we got, but that's not to say how they ended up. Around about 13-4 each of two, Barbella and Tetris.
And they both opened around the 9-4 mark, so they were quite easy in the betting. But this mare, Tetris, well, she's gone right on since her win at Bairnsdale.
The race was over after straightening, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And it was a step from Bairnsdale to this meeting at Mornington today, but Fran shook off that as not a problem at all. And Scrooge Robertson has ridden Tetris well. Also, Tetris in the morning line was the 9-4 favourite, so you'd be pretty happy with that dividend.
The Johnny Bell pre-race interviews again.
He's got an amazing strike rate.
And that is as good a push as you'll get from a trainer, really, isn't it?
Actually, that mare, just looking at her there, she's a podgy type of mare. Probably wouldn't be hurt by that.
Not your
run.
sort of filly?
Well, she's carrying a bit of beef, isn't she? But she's obviously deceptively fit.
Hardly an equine supermodel.
Adam, don't put words into my mouth. You put your foot in your own earlier, so don't try and balance it out with me.
You were the one that was abusing her physique.
The mare?
Yeah.
Well, she's obviously not painted by Picasso,
well,
is she?
I don't think she looked that bad.
It's not an oil painting.
Most of the favourite punters would be happy enough.
OK, well, talking about oil paintings, back to John Bell.
I'm just having a look at her myself here, trying to work out what you're talking about. I'll make my judgment as she goes past. Now, Tetris far too good there and perfectly ridden by Scrooge Robertson. Actually, Fran watched the race here and she practically rode the race saying, not yet, wait, don't pull the stick. And Scrooge Robertson certainly, she must have drilled the instructions into his head because he did exactly. As soon as she opened her mouth, he responded. I don't know if they had a two-way radio on there, but a good win. And, well, the Houlihan's, they're not frightened to back their horses up, and to have two wins in a couple of days is a terrific effort. Now, Warren Huntley from the Stable Table has joined me, and we've had Warren on before talking about what the Stable Table do in racing. Welcome again, Warren.
Thanks, John.
Now, first time you came on, you were explaining about the marquees over the carnivals and how trainers come in, and it's for people to come in, get an insight into racing, have a good day out, but you've branched out a little bit since then.
Yeah, I've broadened my base slightly, John. We're running a tour of the Darwin Cup this year, and I suppose this time of year is where people start thinking about getting out of Melbourne in the middle of winter, and the Darwin Cup is certainly increasing in popularity, and we're running a tour of the Darwin Cup where we'll go up for a full week. We're lucky enough to have John Sadler coming with us, who, if anyone out there knows John, he's a lovely guy and very genuinely entertaining. He's the ideal bloke to take away on a small group like that who are going to spend a week away with 50 of us. You know, we're going to stay at a good hotel in Darwin, which is the Holiday Inn. It's about, I'll be 12 months old now, so I'll be 18 months old by the time we get there, and it's a lovely place. We're going to take in the breakfast with the stars, the Saturday at the races, which is the lead-up, which is the Palmerston Sprint. We'll have members' passes there. We'll have our own marquee on Cup Day where we'll just have, food and drink laid on for the day. We've got all coaches back and forward, return airfares, breakfasts every day, and really trying to make sure that everything racing orientated is taken care of, but allow a day or two, or I think there's about 2.5 days in the whole itinerary where people can just suit themselves. And Northern Territory is a big place, so I don't think you want to go away for a week and have someone telling you what you're going to do every minute of every day. You want to be able to take your time and enjoy things, just relax by the pool, have a beer at a local pub, or just do nothing, whatever you want to do. So we're trying to combine all of that and take in the excitement of Darwin in the middle of Melbourne's winter, and I think it'll be great.
Obviously, you say to the people you can do what you want, so you and John Sadler can sit by the bar and order them around from there.
I'm sure John will be studying the form and looking at catalogues and doing all the sorts of things that hard-working trainers do.
Okay, Warren, how can people get in contact with you?
Well, mate, my mobile number is 0419 385 389. The office numbers are Melbourne number 03 9890 0721. But the easiest number and the number that you'll always get me on is 0419 385 389, and we've started taking bookings over the last few weeks, and the interest is great, but we really need to start refining that to people who are definitely going to come and get the group together, and I'd love to get them even together sometime before we go and have a day at the races and a bit of fun down here.
All right, Warren, well, best of luck with that tour. It's good to see your involvement in racing is kept up.
Yeah, great. Thanks, John.
Warren Huntley there from the stable table. You've got the numbers there if you've got any queries about that Darwin Cup Tour or any other goings-on of the stable table. But it sounds like a good trip with Johnny Sadler there. There's his phone going off already, so I've already got one happy customer, and my sling should be on the way shortly. Now, here the prices come through for that race. Tertrice was 13-4, equal favourite. The Stimulator was 7-2, a good go there, but as we said prior to the race, the only query was that she was going to get back, and she did get a long way back, and Barbella, 13-4, equal favourite. So I'll throw it back to the studio for the time being.
Thanks a lot, Johnny. And we'll have a look now at the next here at Moonee Valley with Adam.
No surprise to see this one $1.70. This was Hutchie's best of the day. Felt that it was near enough to a good thing beaten in a better field last start, so pretty good pointer for Kid Me Not. Made very good improvement this season. Just another great advertisement for the training talents of Alan Tubbs. His patience has really been rewarded with this fellow, and from barrier 2, does look an ideal race for him. Let's just have a look at the others that are given any sort of chance in the race. We'll skip Not My Idea, don't really like it. I thought the Panther could place. Delmont Prince, not really one of mine. Take Your Mark could probably get into a place. Willing Gold, I didn't think there was anything at all wrong with its run at Cobram last start. Broke a long drought from the winner's circle when it sat without cover and peeled off a 28-3 last quarter to win. It's a lot better when it's driven quietly and just left for one run at the leaders. So it's capable of winning, Willing Gold. Sammy's got an excellent chance here. Should be about $4.50, is $7.90, so it's huge value. Barway Best, well, it is drawn inside the back row, may be able to get a good drag through and sneak a place. Eagle Eden's got a stack of ability. First up here, that is the query, the fitness level, but $8.10 into $6.90. It is shorter than that on track, around about $5.50 with bookies at the moment. Albacross, don't like it. And Gernardos was an eye-catching run last start. At $16, you're getting double on the tote what bookmakers are offering at the moment. But does look a race for Kid Me Not. On his best form, he would have a bit on this field. Sammy, the logical danger. Willing Gold can win. And Eagle Eden is certainly the other chance as well. So I'd say there's the 4 winning chances. 2, in some sort of order, 2, 8, 7 and 10. And conceding tiny little chances to 4 and 12. But Hutchie's about to stroll in now.
Well, Hutchie, as you mentioned, made Kid Me Not his best bet. No secret that's in the red.
There they are warming up now.
How red is it, Keith?
Well, it's $1.80 on the tote, and it's deeper into the red with bookmakers.
It's short enough, but I think it'll win. Doesn't have to lead. I think I'm a bit worried about the Panther and Take Your Mark, the gate speed. They're nothing flash as far as chances are concerned in this race, but they've got the gate speed to get across.
There's the Panther just scooting past there. One of the other runners outside it, there's Willing Gold in the green colours.
And also Eagle Eden inside it.
Couple of the outside chances, or each way.
Well, Eagle Eden's given more than an outside chance. Its form last time in was terrific.
It's equal second favourite at the moment with bookies with number 8 Sammy, and both of those runners are very big odds on the tote at the moment. In fact, Sammy's now second pick Hutch at about $4 with the bookies,
right.
And Eagle Eden is around about $5.50 with bookies. Kid Me Not, yeah, that's around about right.
The other horse with terrific gate speed, of course, is Sammy. I'm just a bit, I don't know about whether he can get across from barrier 7 with the scratching, but he has got tremendous gate speed and could be a bit of a rush to the first turn here. Eagle Eden I was going to tell you about. It's had 6 lifetime starts for 4 wins, and it came onto the scene with a rush last season with 4 wins straight off. Actually, it's this season, but it's much earlier this season. Its last 2 runs were a little bit ordinary, and that was sent for a spell. Got beaten as a 3s-on favourite last start at Bendigo back in December. It's had a couple of trials, but my spies tell me it's gone reasonably well without being over flash, but it probably should be somewhere near its peak, and it gets Craig Demler.
Yeah, I think there's a good push here. I'll let you talk about Craig in a minute because he is a big factor in this race. Good guide there with Eagle Eden, $8.10 into $5.90. The tote usually is a good indicator in these races.
Yeah, well, he's a quality horse when he's right, but who knows how right he is at this stage. Look, nothing's going to sway me from Kid Me Not. I think he's the best of the day.
Now, Craig Demler, you mentioned, is the driver of Eagle Eden, and this is a junior driver's race, so Craig clearly one of the most talented young drivers, and not only in Victoria but right around Australia. Didn't have much luck in the recent Australasian Driving Championship in Hobart, but at the same time, I can bear witness to the fact he had a good time there anyway.
You're talking to Ray Tapp. What's your opinion of his ability?
He's got good. Actually, Adam will tell you more about Ray Tapp than I will, Keith, because Adam's used him in one of his horses. But
he won 2 races for us on Kevlar, and I thought his drive, particularly to win the first race at Moonee Valley, was nothing short of fantastic.
I run out and have a ticket on Tapp.
Well,
it's $1.80 with the tote and shopping okay at that.
Yeah, well. Then again, I think the bookies are being a little stingy there at what they're betting at the moment. I mean, around about an even money chance would be the right odds.
Oh, 4 to 5, I reckon.
Yeah, so the $1.80's fair odds. You've obviously taken.
Well, we've got a second here. Ron Peace, Tubby Peace, is in hospital. He's not that flash.
He's one of our biggest fans here.
I know. So Ronnie, if you're watching, keep your chin up and get well soon and get out of hospital. I was looking at the tape of when I interviewed him at Echuca about 6 months ago the other day, and. I think Ronnie's come forward in leaps and bounds since having that untimely stroke probably about 2 years ago now, and he's certainly a character. And you may remember Keith Ron's quote that day: "If in trouble, take a double."
Remember it, I've applied it.
What if we haven't? We should have followed his advice today. We've been talking about the running doubles all day. Have been huge at Mornington, but no. Right. Just before we finish up on Ron, seriously. I'd love to see him back on track again soon, wouldn't we?
Oh yeah, well actually his mate Sid McLean told me that he's in hospital at the moment, and Sid still comes to the trots at Moonee Valley, loves the day meetings, doesn't get out that much at night. But
he's dirty on me at the moment, Sid. I'm out of favour, really.
A couple of old scallywags together, Sid and Ronnie, as they come forward for this race 6.
There's Sammy in the white colours with the blue stripe, one of the factors in the early battle, potentially anyway. He's $6.50, $1.80 the favourite. Is number 2, Kid Me Not, $6.50 Sammy. All I can tell you is it's very good value. Whether you take it, it's your call. Eagle Eden, $5.60 is about right. Where do we go from there? The Panthers in contention. Willing Gold right down the bottom. Ganados, $14, almost double what you can get here on track. And Willing Gold's a touch of value, but they're set to go.
Chief and Turf Tiger. Set for the 6th. Away they go. Delmont... Prince got out pretty quick, but so do the horses inside it that are mustering through now. Kid Me Not going through with the Panther. Kid Me Not's going to get to the lead, the favourite. The Panther outside it early. Delmont Prince tries to ease into the 1-1. Barwo Best got off the fence. Bit of tightening there. Barwo Best shoved back into the inside, so it's 3 back the fence. And on the leader's back, Not My Idea. Ganados is going around them early. It's 3 wide, getting to 4th and improving. The running line was Eagle Eden about midfield. Dropping back to the inside was Elba Cross. And then came Willing Gold, tracked by Sammy, who's second last, and back to the rear of the field is Take Your Mark. The lead time, 24.4, and the favourite, Kid Me Not, the leader. In second spot, Ganados now. Third, the fence, Not My Idea. The Panther 1-1. 3 back on the inside was Barwo Bess. Around it was Delmont Prince, and 4 back in the running line, Eagle Eden, outside Elba Cross. 1 off the rails, Willing Gold, third last, followed by Sammy, and 3 metres away, Take Your Mark goes back to the inside. The first quarter in 31.5. And the leader is Kid Me Not. Turning into the straight now, heading down towards the 1,000 metres, and Kid Me Not led Ganados. Third on the inside, Not My Idea. The Panthers 1-1. Sammy starts its run from near the tail of the field. It's 3 deep. Going around Delmont Prince, and 3 back on the fence, Barwo Bess. Willing Gold 3 deep with the trail on the back of Sammy. Now 4 back the fence, Elba Cross. In the centre was Eagle Eden, and back last, Take Your Mark, swinging out 3 wide. 33.2 the second quarter. Kid Me Not's had a pretty good run. Odds-on favourite heads into the back, leading by a metre to Ganados. Not My Idea is third. The Panther 1-1. 3 wide, Sammy still making ground slowly out wide. 3 back the fence, Barwo Best. Between runners, Delmont Prince. Willing Gold 3 deep with the trail. And then Take Your Mark 3 wide around Eagle Eden, trying to push it out wider, and then Elba Cross. Heading off the back at the 450. Now they start to quicken. Kid Me Not has a kick left. It drew a metre in front of Ganados. Sammy couldn't go with them and pace roughly around the bottom bend. The Panther third, and then Not My Idea, Delmont Prince. Third quarter in 29.1. Kid Me Not came to the turn in front. Ganados a metre away. The Panther hooked out 3 deep, and then Not My Idea. Sammy, Willing Gold hooked wide, but it's Kid Me Not the leader at the 100. 2 metres to Ganados. Further out, Willing Gold running on, but Kid Me Not's the leader from Ganados. Willing Gold flying home with Delmont Prince, but Kid Me Not's too good. Kid Me Not's won it from Ganados and Willing Gold. Then Delmont Prince and Not My Idea, both close up, and then Barwo Bess. Next in was Eagle Eden, then the Panther, Albacross, Sammy, and Take Your Mark at the tail of the field in the last quarter in 29.3.
Okay, it was just a matter of getting to the front for Kidney Knot. There was no real battle to hold the lead, was there? I think we probably expected a couple more to get out of the gate better there, but it wasn't to be. 2, 12 and 7.
Eye-catching run from Willing Gold, Adam. It's third last on the corner now in the green colours. And
it was a sit-up and sprint home race.
It's done a good job.
There's Willing Gold, probably...
As has Gurnados, of course, because it was outside the favourite and the leader the whole way.
Just an eye-catching run. It's rare you see horses really come out of the pack like this and run past their opposition, and Willing Gold's got within about a metre. Oh, gee, it's got closer than that, hasn't it?
Yeah. And the moral has arrived. I don't think Ray Tat really pushed out going to the line. He had enough in hand, and the shadows got up and beaten him, but not the horse itself.
Well, it's hardly a case of hats off to Hutchie, but that was his best bet, and there was never a worry. It's got home and it'll pay $1.70 and $1.30. Other place divvies coming through now, Adam?
Yeah, just starting to sift through. I think if you just put a big circle around the form from that race, the winner may not have looked overly impressive, but that's the sort of horse he is. He just keeps doing enough. Gurnados was a terrific run, second up from a spell. He's ready, no doubt about that. You'll find when he gets fitter that he'll be driven even more aggressively than that. He likes to do it tough. And Willing Gold, well, this mare is right back in top form now, and I'd just give it a terrific chance. I was taken by its run at Cobram. Today was a real slashing finish to the race, and the dividends are about to come through. 227.5 the overall. They've run home in 58.4, and when you consider how far back Willing Gold was, that was a terrific run. 170, 130, 210 Gurnados, and Willing Gold $2.90. The running double you needed was for 12 after do. In fact, it was a running double for Ellen Tubbs. The running double, 12 and 2, $10.90. Quinella, $9.20. Exacta, $10.30. And the trifecta, there it is, $104.50.
That completes the divvies for race 6. We'll take a short break and then back for a look at the last leg of the quaddie at Mornington.
Now you can do something about a snowy, ghosty or weak picture. Call the people who fix these problems every day. Deeper Image. Phone 9808 6999. Ghosting and snowing can be avoided. Deeper Image will give you reception advice and install the right antenna system for your local area. They can connect all your TVs to the one antenna. Phone 9808 6999. Deeper Image. Delivering images through technology.
Hi, I'm Michelle Louise. Thanks for joining us here on Fashion Talks. Hope you've all had a fantastic week. I certainly have.
Join Michelle Louise Tuesdays at 8:30 for Fashion Talks.
Really lovely. The guys are also getting out there in a lot of plaid.
Tips, the latest ranges and the best stores for anyone with a passion for fashion.
And I wanted to send a message out to everyone saying that you don't have to be a somebody to get ahead.
Why not wear tails?
Fashion Talks with Michelle Louise. Tuesdays at 8:30, repeated Thursdays at 10:30. Here on Channel 31. Join Chris Quinlan each Monday at 8:30 for Melbourne Musos. Your weekly jam session with some of Melbourne's and the world's best musicians.
4 with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Tips and techniques for a variety of musical styles. Melbourne Musos, bringing music to life. Mondays at 8:30 here on Channel 31. Sunday at the Races has all the gallops and trotting action from around Victoria. Join Keith Hillier and Bill Hutchinson for up-to-date race results, race tips and live coverage of events. Sunday at the Races with Keith Hillier and Bill Hutchinson, live on Channel 31.
Welcome back. Channel 31's Midweek at the Races. This is the last opportunity for you to enter the Racing Victoria Trivia Quiz. And again, it's a pretty easy one. All we want to know, to give you the chance to win a dining package for 2 people with the compliments of Moonee Valley Racing Club, is the answer to this simple question. Who rode Phar Lap when he won the 1930 Melbourne Cup? Was it Darby Munro, option 1, Jim Munro, option 2, or Jim Pike? Option 3. Call 0055 60154 to nominate your answer. One lucky caller who nominates the correct answer will win a dining package at a future Moonee Valley race meeting with the compliments of the Moonee Valley Racing Club. So the question for the last time today, who rode Phar Lap when he won the 1930 Melbourne Cup? The number to call, 0055 60154. And we'll announce the result and the winner's name probably in about an hour from now.
Just got a minor alteration to let punters know about. Really doesn't have a lot of an impact as far as anything goes, but just for your records, in race 8 at Moonee Valley today, number 2 Majestic Glory is actually trained by Sharon Lang now, the wife of Chris Lang. We've seen Sharon a number of times on here on 31, and Sharon, the horse has actually just switched from Chris's name over to Sharon's name, and great to see her having her first runner here today. So good luck to you, Sharon. Number 2 Majestic Glory. You'll need all the luck in the world to win, but he's a nice, safe trotter. Let's hope he gets around well for you and perhaps pinches a little bit of the money to give you your first starter as a trainer as a good memory.
Also, Adam, just more housework. We Chief, who was placed earlier, is part owned by Tanya Morrison, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
Tanya Malecki.
Oh,
Tanya Malecki.
yeah, well, that's what I meant to say.
So, no wonder, well, shame Danny couldn't call it getting home. And for a special reason, not only is it part owned by Tanya Malecki, but today is Dan's birthday. So, Dan, a happy 40th, and we hope you make the most of it. And hope
Happy 40th?
Oh, yeah. Everyone knows that.
Oh, you're kidding.
He's Hutchie with an interview.
He's not 40, that's for sure. You're talking about Dan Malecki. He started calling when he was about 4, I think. I've got Alan Tubbs with me here, who is a trainer of Kid Me Not. I've got to spread these interviews today because they have pre-race interviews soon, but we be winning the race, Alan. He's a handy horse, Kid Me Not. He probably should have won a reasonably big check last start with a bit of luck. But
yeah, actually, I don't. You studied for him pretty well, Bill, and I didn't think he was capable of leading. But it's, no, in that race you're talking about, the Ray Cup. And Teddy drove him for the first time, and it's amazing from a trainer's point of view, swapping from Gavin to Teddy for one drive, how it wakes them up. Like the left hand comes in, Teddy's more aggressive. He probably warms them up a little differently to Gav.
It's like cheating on your wife, really.
Yeah, it is a bit. Yeah, he's... Yeah,
no, I should never have said that. No. Strike that from the record.
Now, what you've got is two totally different drivers, and the horses feel it. And I think Teddy gets on and feels them up a bit in the preliminary. And I, that if I'd have known he could begin like that, I would have said hold the front by all means. But we've never known him to run the gate like that. He's only ever held his own. So it sort of woke him up, and now he's learned it. I mean, Teddy's taught him something.
Well, it's terrific to have that item in your repertoire, isn't it?
Yeah.
The gate speed.
From a trainer's point of view, it's essential. But as long as the horse is ready. The beauty of having Gavin get him all ready is that my horses drive so good because it doesn't happen until we're ready to do it.
They don't get killed early on.
No,
I mean, that's probably one of the worst things that can happen when you bring a horse to the races first up. If it has a gut buster first off, it sets you back a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, exactly. If you want to program a horse and run it and campaign it for 10 or 12 runs before you're going to give it another break, it's essential. And like people have been asking me how come I haven't raced a 2-year-old. Well, I've got sort of 3 or 4 ready to trial now, but it's never in my repertoire to do it that way. And they're coming along really well, and I've got half a dozen that I like. But then Gavin will get on them, and then their first 5 runs are really, he'll just keep educating them. Yeah.
Now you've got one in the last.
Yeah, Black Umbrella in the last.
Where have you found Black Umbrella from? He was off the scene for a long time. I think Barry Alford had him originally.
Yeah, Barry had him. He did attend, and I think he only did a tendon sheath, and a good friend of Ian Kitchens, Phil Walsh and Ian Knight, they own him, and they had him in the paddock for like nearly 2 years, and they wanted to give him another go. And I said to them, I don't really think it'd be any good giving him to me because unless they have swimming races, I don't swim them or anything. So I thought if his leg's that bad, it'd be no good me having him. But we went to Werribee, and the scan came up really well, and George and Mary Tennant had worked on his leg with some a good lotion they've got, and the scan came up trumps, so he's back having another go. I thought he was entitled to win at Ballarat last start, the run he had.
What you're saying is probably true, but I reckon horses that haven't raced or haven't had a lot of racing they still don't find that zip until they've had a couple of good hard runs into them.
Yeah, that's probably fair enough. So, I mean, we're watching him again today. He's not drawn badly. Anyone
Inside
having
the second line.
Yeah, but he's following what looks to be the leader to me, and I think, you know, he's definitely got to go in the multiples, but he's still a bit unknown to me yet. I don't know how tough he is or anything yet.
He is a pretty tough horse. You know, from memory, he's a pretty tough horse when he's right.
Yeah, I might have to tell Gav one day we'll drive him differently than we usually do. Yeah.
Righto, well, congratulations with Kid Me Not, and all the best with Sparkling Eyes on Saturday night in the Mares race.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you, Hutchie. And we've enjoyed Hutchie's picked one of the prettiest spots on the track to do that interview, hasn't he? And yes, Hutchie was right, only kidding about Dan Malecki's age, but not his birthday. Dan Malecki's 29 today, so happy birthday, Dan.
He just me-made down the line for me to screw up your invitation to his party too.
Is that right? All right, we'll square up with Dan then and put the address over the on the screen.
Hang on, I'll piece it back together for you.
Okay, let's have a look at the tote board at Mornington. This is the last leg of the quaddie coming up. We've got 11 minutes to the start there. And if you are alive in the quaddies...
How about I'll take you through the totes and you can read out the quaddies after we do each horse.
All right.
Mornington race 7. Number 1, Mars Sent at $8.10 through the quaddie.
$742.
Scratch 2. Number 3, Invictane, $5.20.
$6.20.
Number 4, Bon Beau at $15.
$1,115.
Number 5, Power Note at $8.20.
$11.65.
Number 6, Marlborough at $12.20.
2491. 2,491.
Number 7, Benbara Knight, $27 plus.
9,500, 9,573 for Benbara.
8, Dancing Sculptor at $6.70.
11.65.
Number 9, Moon Chase, a jumper at $31.80.
4,663.
Number 10, Royal Cut, the favourite at the moment, $4.90.
It's paying 656 through the quaddie.
Scratch 11, I won't even try to pronounce it. Number 12, Landowner, $41.50.
$10,104.
Okay, we skip over the page there to number 13, Pomcell at $13.80.
2,491.
Next one is number 14, Lucknow Fox at $18.10.
It's the last of them. It's paying 9,052. So some handsome quaddie approximates there. And the first 3 winners have not been all that difficult to find, so good luck to you.
Okay, let's take a little break from Mornington, switch back to Moonee Valley Harness and go out the back to Hutchie.
Yeah, I'm doing them all in a block here and then I can go and have about 20 minutes off. I've got Trevor Dove with me here, who's driving Deep Diver in this race coming up. Actually, Channel 31 viewers might remember Deep Diver in a race at Kilmore going back about, probably about 2 or 3 months, where it led and got pressured all the way and just got run down. It's always been up with the top echelon, but finding it a little bit hard to break through. I've got Trevor Dove with me, who takes a drive today. Trevor, is this your first drive for Ronnie Francis?
No, I've been driving a couple for him, None Better and Far Better, and a couple of them, them horses since Harry Peace has been out. He's back in next week, so he'll be back on board again.
Now, you've drawn the inside of the second line, you're behind the likely leader, but you were telling me off camera you don't reckon he's really the sort of horse that appreciates being behind the leader.
No, I don't think he likes to be set up. I think he gets sort of running in behind a bit. And he's a free striding horse, but if the pace is on, it's a nice sit. But
it's a good race, and you would expect pace to be on. I know Jillaby Gold, I think, should lead. It's a terrific beginner and drawn barrier 1, but you've got horses like Handy present that have really got to put themselves in the race.
Oh, for sure, yeah, over the 1900, something off the back, quizzical even. They've got to come around and make a bit of pace, but so should be pretty honest. First up for Deep Diver, so you wouldn't want to be out slaughtering him, that's for sure.
No, exactly right. You're getting a few drives now?
Yeah, here and there, which is good.
You've sort of become a freelance driver. So you were very quiet there for a while, sort of didn't bother too much with chasing drives, but you're sort of pretty keen to get amongst it again?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. Always, yeah. This is what I want to do, all right.
And you're driving for for John Yeomans, who's the father of your lady?
That's correct, yeah. Yep, do a bit for him. He's going not a real good season this year. He's had a couple of good years previous, but been a bit ordinary with him this season.
Yeah, he's always usually had a sire stakes horse. I mean,
always
that's probably your last big race win?
Yeah, the Eldorado and the Sires 2 years back.
What was that?
The gold, GG.
That's it, GG?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Trev, well, best of luck with Deep Diver here. Your arrangementship will come into play here, and I'm sure you'll settle down in the first 3 or 4, get a split at the top of the straight, and away you're saying?
Away you go. Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Trev. Thanks, boys.
Thank you, Hutchie. And let's turn our attention back to Mornington now, to the tote board, and then John Bell. Quick look at the totes. The favourite's not on that screen. We've got Marcent at 7.30 and Invictane number 3 at 5.40. It's quite a few in the betting, isn't there? 5 is Power Note at 8.40. There's the favourite there, Royal Cut at $5.20. And here's John Bell.
Thanks very much, Keith. I've got Tony Rossellini with me here, who has Ben Barra Knight, the old 10-year-old in this race. We'll just speak about Ben Barra first. Resuming today, going around for another campaign?
Yeah, I'm actually schooling him and I'm going to try him over the jumps.
And what's the early indications?
Yeah, he jumps real good. As a matter of fact, he's going for his ticket next Monday at Epsom.
Well, today, is it a possibility that he could win? Shock?
No, it wouldn't be a shock. You know, he likes this track and there's a bit of sting out of the ground and he's been in work for about 3 months, so wouldn't surprise me if he ran a good race anyway.
Okay, Tony, the main reason I've got you here is the query runner at this meeting is a horse in the last called That Night, who you train. Won its only start at Wagga. You weren't training it then?
No, I wasn't training it then. I bought it after it won that race.
Right, can you tell us a bit about that win?
It was a good win. He come from last and ran 33 for his last 600, so he got home real hard. He was last until about 500 metres to go, and he got up and just kept on going, so I'm hoping for the best. The only problem is he's going the opposite way, that's all.
What were you doing watching a maiden race at Wagga? What caught your attention there?
No, I got the video of his win and had a look at it.
So what do we expect today?
I think he'll run a pretty good race. He's been pleasing me, the horse, so I don't doubt that he'll be running on anyway. I think Jim Marconi's horse might be the one to beat, but I'll be in there amongst them.
All right, Tony, well, thanks for that information. All important. Best of luck.
Thanks very much.
Tony Rossellini there, the trainer of Ben Barra Knight in this race, and That Night, who certainly creates a lot of interest in the final event today. Now, we'll have a look at the betting in this race, and it is a wide-open event. Look at the top weight firstly, who is sharing equal favouritism. Actually, it's outright favourite, Marcent at this stage. Opened up at the each-way quote, got out a full point and has just firmed in a half point. So you can see the discrepancy on the tote there, that it's not favoured on the tote, but is on the track at this stage. Invictane opened up one of the equal favourites. He's at the each-way quote. He's drifted a 1.5 points. So you're around about, you're just a little bit under there on the tote at this stage. Moving down to Bonbo's been steady throughout at double-figure quote. Number 5, Power Note. Well, we spoke to Mark Bairstow at Hamilton when it ran 8th of 10 there. He was quite confident about the horse's chances, and the horse just did not fire at all. He's gone for a bit of a bath today. He's opened up at around a $5.50 chance. He's now out to around $8, so a bit of a drift there. Marcent, more money has come in for Marcent now, and it's a clear-cut favourite. 1.5 points ahead of its next rival in the favouritism stakes. Marcent well and truly good support here and will run favourite. Concentrating on Power Note, has drifted another further point. He's around the $8 mark. Number 6, Marlborough, opened up safe at around $7, has drifted 3 points, so a bit of value there. Ben Barra Knight's at his right price on the tote at this stage. Number 8, Dancing Sculptor, some money for this horse, and as we spoke with Jim Marconi earlier in the day, gave the horse a pretty good chance, and why not? It's had 15 starts at this track for 4 wins and 6 placings. Just really does fly at this track, and look for it to be in the finish. Opened at around the $7 mark, drifted a full point, but that's been knocked off now, so you're round about spot on the tote. Moon Chase, the hurdler, he's been steady throughout betting it, but at big odds. Number 10, Royal Cut, opened up one of the equal favourites, but has drifted a 1.5 and is a shade unders at this stage. Number 12, Landowner, also